I'm Emma. I'm the operations manager here at the Lions Den. The Den was started, I think, about 15 years ago. They wanted to create like a space on campus where people could come and hang out. Most of the coffee shops didn't really have like a nice area for everybody to sit, so that's kind of what the Den's about.
I love the fact that people come in here, you know, for just like different purposes, you know, for meetings, for study groups, for like, let's hang out in between classes, meet me at the Den, you know? And it's like, it's obviously people are here studying right now, but there are other people who are just here for social purposes, and like, it's never just quiet or empty, but it's also like not super obnoxious.
I always just like the atmosphere in here. I feel like Starbucks is like everyone's always super like, I don't know, like intense almost, where people here, like you run into your friends, it's a lot more open, but you can still get homework done if you need.
I come here probably like 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Too much.
Almost like at least every other day.
Most of the time I just see a lot of my friends in here, and so that's why it's like a nice like welcoming environment.
It's the kind of place where you'd be sitting alone and then someone will just like tap you on your shoulder and like
Hey,
5 of your
what's
friends will
up?
just show up and
Literally, I literally saw like 5 people I knew today like sitting in here for 2 hours.
We're completely student run here at the Den. Like I mentioned, I'm one of the managers, and we have 2 other managers here. So we do all the ordering, we do all the scheduling, and we just really like to have a focus on having students serve students. We think that's what makes it fun here, as you can, maybe you have a class with one of the baristas, or you can get to know people that you go to school with.
The fact that it's student run has a huge impact on that. You know, like, not only do you see familiar faces behind the bar, but like these people are handcrafted, right? They're hand selected students. Like obviously the managers were looking for people who have good energy, who are like inviting and stuff like that. So I think that with, you know, pretty much every barista or people working the register that you find, they're gonna give out good energy and good vibes, like stuff that's welcoming. Not that the other employees don't, but I think that there's something to be said about your peers who are inviting into this environment. You know, it just like, it feels a lot more comfortable.
I think it makes it much more of a friendly environment where you can go and like you're hanging out with friends and you're not just kind of going and eating at any random place on campus or off campus. You're going and like your friends are behind the bar, and there's an environment of like community and family here, which I've loved since first working here. The Den is different for me because it's like been home since I started here. It was the first place I kind of gravitated to on campus, and I was given a job, which was amazing, and I've stayed here ever since.
Have a drink of the week every week, and we kind of encourage our baristas to like experiment with things and try. We have a bunch of different syrups and powders and milks and flavors of all sorts of things. So we kind of want people to like experiment and create drinks.
One drink that I like making, which I can't make anymore, was the Irish cream and hazelnut latte, and we're out of Irish cream, and my heart's broken because of it, but it's okay. We'll like fix it. We'll rebuild.
I haven't submitted it yet. Hopefully I will, but I make a tea, a black tea, and I put vanilla and just like a splash of soy milk in there. My coworkers have told me to submit it. I haven't yet, but it's a thing. I'm working on it. Stay tuned.
Sometimes we'll get like really funny things where people ask for like 10 pumps of vanilla and like their lattes or something. So they just like, I just think they don't like coffee, so they just want like as much sugar in there as possible. So like that's kind of fun.
I think the craziest thing that I've ever really seen is when people order like a bunch of shots in their caffeinated drinks, or like, you know, their coffee, they get it with like 6 shots. I'm just like, why do you need that? Like that's so many. That's so many.
I've had someone ask for goat's milk before, but I think like I don't think it was a student. I think it was an adult, and they were just confused as well. So just like kind of weird things like that do happen on occasion.
Funny stories about the Den. Twerking behind the bar on shift with Anna Sarno, that was cool. Taking espresso shots right before our finals week shift with our whole like shift of people. It was like 4 of us, and we poured really hot espresso shots and decided it was a really good idea to drink them. Burned our tongues. Horrible.
I like tripped and dropped my entire tea just right in front of the cash register, and the barista who handed it to me just kind of looked like I made that, and now it's all over the floor, and I was mortified.
You guys could change or add one thing to the Den.
Gluten-free muffins.
Gluten-free.
I'm talking to the manager right now. Gluten-free muffins, please.